like to jump to client's language. And some of the things in this PowerPoint presentation came from the booklet Are We Connected? So client language is something I want clients to learn and to be able to repeat it in a moment of stress. And be able, at least if they can't repeat it, to read it to themselves before they try to navigate through the cycles with their partner. So that there's three parts of client's language. One is towards yourself, towards self, right? One is towards your partner, and one is toward us together, toward our relationship. These are kind of three categories. And probably the first step is always to focus towards yourself. Then we process toward the partner, and the last one, we're gonna take care of us. Okay, so let's see. We have about our fight, about me, about my partner, about our action and cycle. And that's kind of toward self. For toward partner is empathic, acceptance, validate, reassure, genuineness, and reframing. And then toward us. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at toward self, about our fight. Our dreadful fight is not about the content of our conversation. And by now, you all know that discord lives in content. Security and safety lives in emotional experience. I would actually say it out loud. Our dreadful fight is not about the content of our conversation. Or if I talk about self, I would tell myself, I would do self-talk, where I would say, our fight is not about the content of our conversation. Yeah, I probably want to prove who is right, who is wrong. But we're all struggling. Our struggle is about wanting to be safe and connected with each other. Once we're safe, we can discuss, review, and resolve any content. In a way, this language is designed to self-soothe. Because you can't have 100% reliance on your partner to soothe you. Sometimes your partner may not have enough ability or doesn't have enough strength or energy to soothe you in a moment. So part of the language towards yourself is to help you to soothe yourself. And the biggest part here on the last sentence, once we're safe with each other and connected, we can discuss, review, and resolve any content. Now, the same statement is about me. Now, I ask my clients to take the booklet with them and read it to themselves. When they get stressed, read that booklet before you do anything else. My emotions, feelings, and concerns are valid and understandable. So this is a self-validation, right? We validate that there's nothing wrong with what we're feeling, what we're experiencing. And it's all valid within the need for connection. I feel unsafe when we're disconnected. I want to reconnect and repair our relationship, but I feel helpless and do not know how to reconnect. Now, as they get better at it, they can replace the I feel helpless. They can say, I want to reconnect and repair our relationship, and I'm right here for you. I'm here for my wife to help her to connect with me and to help myself. So, but initially we start with this. Okay, now we're going to take a couple about my partner, right? My partner's emotions, feelings, and concerns are valid and understandable within the need for connection. That's the acceptance part. In a moment of stress, or 1 hour later, or 2 hours later, can we accept our partner's emotions and feelings and concerns? Can we accept them that they're valid? Can we internally understand that they're understandable in the context of our fight? So I can say to my partner, honey, I can see we're stressed and we're going to all different ways, but I see your emotions, feelings, and concerns are valid and understandable. I'm right. I may not be in the right place right now to help you with this, but I want to come back and figure things out together. Okay? That's one way of approaching. Or just point it to yourself. My partner feels unsafe when we're disconnected. My partner wants to reconnect and repair our relationship, but feels hopeless and does not know how to reconnect. In a way, giving a break to your partner and saying it's not that your partner wants to hurt you, but they kind of stuck. Okay, this is about action and cycle. In my attempt to stay connected, I blame my partner or defend myself. As a result, I become angry or give up. And we get stuck in a negative cycle. This is self-talk for me to understand what happens. And it's also helped me to de-escalate. Now, let's see if we can look at a few things about toward us, right, as a couple. That beyond the anger and stonewalling, we suffer when we're disconnected. These are such important sentences that if you can read them slowly before engaging with your partner later, that will help to center yourself and reframe yourself that the partner is not your enemy. Your enemy is a cycle. Our suffering is hurting each of us and our relationship. It's not like one person is hurting and the other person is not. I've never seen one person hurting and the other person rejoicing. So we can easily agree that if I'm hurting, my partner is hurting. But on the surface, it may look like they're not hurting. But once we go beyond the surface, it's for sure. We both feel hurt and disconnected from each other. We both want to reconnect, but do not know how and get stuck. In the end, we're suffering from loneliness and isolation. And that's exactly what happens. Every couple that gets in trouble, the end result of every fight, they're lonely and they're isolated. So all of this is known. That's what Sue Johnson talks about. We know what happens with couples. We can predict what will happen with couples. And we know what the outcome. And the outcome is we feel lonely and we feel isolated. Let's touch a little bit about client's language toward our partner. So I realize that we're beginning to argue. Sounds like it's a negative cycle. We're both contributing to it, even if we don't intend to hurt each other. We're both contributing to it, even if we don't intend to hurt each other. So in a way, you're sharing that with your partner. Because in the cycle, there's always two people. We can't say that I'm the only one contributing and the other one is not contributing. Okay, the next one toward partner. I want to be safe and closer to you rather than distant, alone and afraid of what will happen next. And when you talk to your partner, you gotta keep it slow. You cannot go fast. It's not gonna go through fast. You have to be genuine because your partner will not accept it if you're not genuine. You have to be slow and you have to attend to your partner's needs of being heard and understood. I want to be safe and closer to you rather than distance, alone and afraid of what will happen next. That's an existential fear. That's a lot of hurt here. I care about our relationship and I don't want to do anything that hurts or scares you and pulls you away from me. Now, if two partners are talking to each other, each one of them needs to say that. One partner will say, I care about our relationship and I do not want to do anything that hurts you or scares you and pulls you away. And the other partner says, thank you for letting me know. And I want to tell you, I care about our relationship and I do not want to do anything that hurts or scares you and pulls you away from me. Right? It's not one-way street. It's not like withdrawer helps the pursuer, but pursuer is upset and doesn't want to help withdrawer. No. Both partner needs to help their partner to succeed in trying to connect. Okay, toward the partner, another sentence. I would love it if we could slow down to reconnect. We can always figure out what to do about the problem later when we assure each other of our love and care. And of course, it's a lot of couples eventually adopt their own language, which will be congruent with the language we present here. Right? Everybody has their own different way of sharing things with their partner. So we give them a template or guideline. They can change them and decide how they want to share it with their partner. Another one, I realize and understand that we need to experience each other as being safe. This is important because a lot of times you may do something that feels safe. For example, you roll your eyes or make the face really rigid or angry face, not on purpose, not realizing that you have that face and your partner gets triggered by this face. But then when your partner says you look like you're angry, that's a tough thing to take in, especially if you don't feel angry. But you can say, I realize and understand that you need to experience me as safe. In the moments, I may not look safe. So that's another way. Toward the partner, I realize that when I'm wrapped in my own needs and hurts and need to protect myself, I'm not thinking about you and how you feel. I want to learn how to protect us instead of just me. These are very touching and gentle statements. But even with those, your partner can push back and say, I don't trust you. I don't trust you because even if you did this, what you're saying here, you wouldn't do this to me. Even if you feel this way, you wouldn't do it to me. And that's something that we can process and you can come back and just repeat what you said. I know that's so hard to trust me. I also realize that in the moment I have my own needs and hurts, I want to protect myself. So I can see that by me protecting myself, I do things that you cannot trust. So you can go into that place. In a way, think of these all sentences as a playground for our clients to come up with their own way of communicating and talking to each other. Okay, another one. I realize and understand that if I am desperate or shut down, scared or angry, you probably are too. And that's what we talked just a little bit before the slide. There's no way one partner can be upset and frustrated and angry, and the other can be just happy, go lucky. Once one partner gets triggered, the other partner will feel distress also. So saying that, acknowledging it, and to making things explicit, what makes it so different? You can explicitly say that I get it. I get it. That when I pull away and go to my room and close the door, when I get angry, you're probably angry too and frustrated and scared. But in the moment, I have a hard time accepting that. Right? That's a share we're looking for. Because when you're sharing your experience, the fighting spirit goes away. If you don't blame your partner, you don't criticize your partner, but you share your experience, the fighting spirit of your partner goes away. It cannot sustain when there's a share of emotional experience without blaming or criticizing your partner. There's no fuel. There's nothing to connect to and propagate the stress. So that's why those words are so important, because it's like putting a wet blanket on the fire, and eventually it will just stop and you can connect with your partner. So I like this sentence a lot personally. And you can also use those sentences for self-soothing. Wow, we just got into a fight. She got upset, I got upset. But I realize and understand that I'm upset and she's upset, but we're both upset. She's probably as upset as I am. She's not having a good time. Okay, let's take a deep breath. Let me talk to Lola, see what's happening. And that's it. All right, another one. I realize you're upset, and I'm pledging my support and empathy, even though I'm also stressed. I want us to be safe. Now, again, reciprocity is so important here. Can't be one way. If one person feels that they didn't do anything, right? And it happens a lot. I do everything to make this relationship work. I work so hard. I don't have anything else to give. I worked for the last 10 years. Nothing works, right? It's hard to accept that the relationship is two people. And both need support. But this sentence focuses on that you can't take the support from your partner without giving support to your partner. When partner comes and says, I'm pledging my support, I'm pledging my empathy, I'm stressed, I'm holding my stress on the side, I'm holding all of these emotions aside because I know how important it is for me to help you to get through this. But I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be stuck here forever. I need your help too. Right? And then you can come back. It says, I'm right here. I see you're upset. I see you struggling. I see you having a difficult time. I want to pledge my support and empathy. Even though I'm a little bit stressed right now, it feels better when you share it with me, that you understand me. But I want us to be safe. So play with words. In the fight, when you share that you don't like the cycle and how it hurts you and you want to be connected, one thing to come back with, I want you to know how important you are to me. Because the biggest fear during the fight is, I'm not wanted, I'm not good enough, I'm failing my partner, I'm causing a lot of distress, I'm too much, I'm not enough, right? And to emphasize the importance of your partner in your life, it's like drinking from a fire hose. I want you to know how important you are to me, how much I care about you, and that I want to protect our relationship and you. That's the most touching sentences that you can say in the moment of stress, because that's what we're longing for. To know that we matter, and to know that our partner cares about us, and also to know that we're not failing our partner. Very good sentence.